Duke coming in looking for their 20th win of the season, and they win the opening tip. Knocking off Syracuse 77-55 in front of 31,000. Who had a good game. He had 17 in that contest. And for Louisville, they're trying to get on the board first, and they will, getting it in the lane to J.J. Traynor, the 6'8 junior. Traynor denied the paint by Filipowski. On the drive, flipped up and in. Nice move by L. Ellis. L. Ellis is a Durham, North Carolina native. He'll have that one rattle in from three-point territory.
We asked Kenny Payne, you got to turn him down a little bit because he's home to calm the emotions.
There's the slam by Love. They love that play. The shot clock down to 10. Duke is 13 for 26 from three. They're going to go downstairs for the slam.
Here for the Bluedevils multiple times. Good job by the Cards getting back defensively.
Ellis, man, way downtown. Will sink that one.
And making sure all of his guys are on board with his level of enthusiasm playing at Cameron Indoor.
Roach stepping in the lane. Mitchell with the finish.
Then does L. Ellis. Andrea Carter's going to talk to us about that when we come back from the break. But L is looking to add to his tab.
There he goes again.
Knocks down another three ball. He gets the dunk, but the way you combat that, L in Spanish is... And so therefore he is developing as that point guard, that leader that Kenny Payne needs for this team to be successful.
So to that point, every single time as Lively gets a dunk inside.
Yeah, that gives L, as you said so eloquently, my friend, a bag of chips.
A big bag of chips you're carrying around. Outside for Traynor. Well, defensively has had all sorts of problems this year, but they can score when they get rolling, and that one's going to drop down by Curry.
In shoot-around, you don't see that often in college basketball.
Proctor lines up a long one, and down it goes.
Still may be the mayor of Louisville. I mean, he's so popular in Louisville, has a huge party during the Derby. And again, he's well known for his attributes in the off the floor.
Working, 1 foot in the paint, kicks it out. Proctor will set it up. Young sets a screen. They move the ball well for Grandison again, and he's wide open to stick the triple.
It took 4 overtimes on a neutral floor for Alabama to beat North Carolina.
True.
This North Carolina team is, because of the preseason #1 rank.
An NC State team that ran by them yesterday. It's a really good basketball team. That backcourt is dazzling. Here's Proctor, way downtown. Enough credit for how talented they are.
Not even close, OB. That is a great team. There's a moniker that the ACC does not have elite teams,
which has seen now over 500 consecutive sellouts. Number 504 here tonight. Ellis trying to get restarted. He buries the jumper. 6:17 to go. Whitehead has been outstanding the last few games. Young will finish that one as he sticks it back up and in.
And again, and that's a skill in itself to be able to keep them in play. Everybody wants the emphatic block that goes out of bounds.
Beautifully done there by Whitehead. That turns into a dunk by Mitchell.
Kentucky with Adolph Rupp was the first team to ever win a national championship with 5 blocks down.
Pretty good movie about that too.
And it was.
Roach over the top for Mitchell, and they stuff. Lively keeps it alive. Back out for a second effort. After he iron again. And Mitchell goes up and he's got an and one.
That can hurt. We won't even call it a 2-3 zone for the Orange because it's never been an actual 2-3.
Ellis with the kick. Here's Traynor. Yes, all net from three-point land.
Especially on the road. One thing for certain, they struggle on the road, but to be where they are right now against the
On the drive and flipped up and in by Withers. Not an easy shot. Ellis, the senior, averaging 18 a contest. James from the corner, and nothing but net. So we shall see. 5 seconds of the half. Roach lifting, and down it goes. Very calm, cool, and collected. And that's the end of the half.
And Trey, that's one of the things that Kenny Payne talked to us about earlier today, was not settling for jump shots. It was continuing to stay in attack mode, get to the paint.
They got a brace for a Duke run.
Sounds like you've done a game or two here before.
As have you, my friend. And way downtown, Filipowski fills it up.
This season, his first year, the Bluedevils always come out of that halftime locker room with a little bit more edge.
Scooped up by Mitchell. Proctor lays it up. And tipped up and in by Filipowski. Only Hatfield in the paint, drops in two, the 6'10 sophomore. And ended a 7-0 Duke run over the previous 2 minutes. Oh, what a move by Filipowski, and slams it down.
But also awesome with his back to the basket and his ability to finish around the rim.
Withers going up against Lively and blocked it. Shot clock a factor, down to 5. He'll drive it, airborne, and it rolls in. Difficult angle, got it to go.
But this is Cameron. It actually isn't surprising. It feels like being in Cameron. This is a time of systematic exclusion. A lot of us couldn't do things. I mean, our joke is we couldn't even get a haircut.
Well, listen, CB, for me as a black woman that played this game and for so many that watched you and that play this game now, we just have to say thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Still coaching them up, though. He talked to us about just winning small moments. It doesn't necessarily was not always going to result in winning a game, as the second chance opportunity for Grandison is good. He understands that right now the record is not going to show the progress as to what has happened to his team this season. But at the same time, he's still trying to build the culture. He proceeded to knock down 5 3-pointers in the first half. The game was over. He scores 30. And he said, I just didn't want to battle with you guys in the paint.
That is impressive.
That is a very impressive stat. And again, it shows really the foundation that Jon Scheyer is trying to establish. He's so laid back. I think he'd be great at it, but he's not suiting up. That's the kicker. He's got to be able to wear his shorts.
Yeah, that's right.
And Louisville has hung around. Last possession opportunity to get it to one. The back door, nice play. Out of timeout.
From the Coach K era, one of many things. Coming out of the timeout, getting a great play, getting the basket. And swatted away by Lively. 7 rebounds for the big guy, Filipowski. Goes around the back, loses control. Ellis up against Proctor. Lays it up and in. Pretty move. Roach moves Filipowski to the wing. Lively coming up for screen. Here's Proctor from 3-point land.
And that's one Derek Lively's going to want back. I'm glad to see J.J. Traynor back on the floor after turning that ankle down.
Roach to drive it, skips into the paint, and it's going to fall for him.
You take him off the floor, and again, it's a different team that has to be judged differently.
3-pointer swished in by Traynor. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He's still having trouble. Bounces in here for Roach. He'll back it in once again, running a play to get a quick strike out of time.
At Louisville as a player, but also winning a national championship as assistant coach at Kentucky. He's used to winning. Some of the people that he leans on and he talks to during these tough times, of course, the first name he mentions is Larry Brown.
Down the paint, Roach with the left hand. Oh, what a pass there. Terrific pass by Mike James. Duke running a little bit of clock here. 2:22 to go. Mitchell making his move. Using that window beautifully.
Go up right before our eyes for the Bluedevils. We know about Filipowski, but he's not the only one.
But it's the second time Young has done that. 76-62 over Louisville. And for Jon Scheyer, this is no small thing. And nothing but net by Proctor. Proctor's been a big factor. On the quick dribble, going to be blocked by Wheeler. Picked off by Mitchell. He was right in the thick of it all night long. And that's a win for Duke. And their 20th of the season. 20 for Jon Scheyer in year 1.